Good morning everyone and welcome back into the second episode of our LEGO Legend of Zelda custom set showcase, and today we are going to be looking at Z0010, and it contains 239 pieces and is the second of our dungeon expansion sets following our gimmick from last time. And if you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend giving it a watch as I outline a couple more of my rules for the project, as well as it's just an awesome set being the flagship. And I thought we'd take a look at this one today just so that you get an idea of some more dungeon rooms. I'm not going to show them combined, I want to save that for a separate video at the end of the wave, but let's get into it. Okay, and Z0010 is Gohma's Lair. This is our second of the dungeon expansions, and we got some front box art here. Based off Ocarina of Time, this is set Z0010, Gohma's Nest, with 239 pieces, and I age rated this one 10+. It kind of contains one figure, but the Deku Scrub, 3 Gohmalings, and Gohma kind of bring out the set. We got a basic background, and it's a fairly small one. This one would be retailing for probably £20 to £30, depending. And let's read the description, just like last time. Here we go. Enter the lair of the armored arachnid Gohma. Trek through the dungeon inside the tree to claim your sacred flame. Defeat Gohma before she can call in reinforcements, befriend the Deku Scrub, and buy supplies for your journey. Jump on the spiderweb to fall down the slope, then shoot the crystal with your slingshot to make the door swing open so that you can face the boss. This set connects with the other dungeon expansions, including Z0001 and Z0003, to expand your adventure and get creative. Get creative and add your own challenges to emerge victorious and claim the sacred flame. Right, so here's the set in all its glory, containing 2 dungeon rooms and a brick-built Gohma, as well as some other characters. Here are the 2 separate rooms. You have your boss room, which is a bit basic, as well as the entry room where you've got your 2 kind of puzzles. You've got 4 kind of characters in this set, with Child Link, the Deku Scrub, the Gohmaling, which there are 3, and then Gohma, which is a larger brick-built figure. The first feature we're going to take a look at today is the crystal feature. This is something that features prominently in most Zelda games, and in this case is designed after the Skyward Sword pink crystal. Another thing interesting I forgot to point out about this set is I referenced the Sacred Flame. There isn't one in the set, but there would be. The plan was just to base the collectible around all 3 dungeon expansions around the same thing, and I chose the Sacred Flame because Fire Sanctuary. So anyway, you press down the crystal and the door swings open like this. This is a feature I stole from the Ocean Monument LEGO Minecraft set, and I loved it so much, and I thought it worked perfectly for a door like this. This is representing one of those slingshot targets, as we saw in Link's hand there. And he would shoot this, and the door swings open. Next up, we also have this web, which is kind of blocking the way. It's kind of not. It's a bit of a dubious feature, but if you jump hard enough on it, the Technic piece underneath is going to collapse, causing the web to fall and your character to kind of collapse with it. It's a bit of a lame feature, but it just adds a bit of extra playability. For sure, most of the playability in this set is coming from the more centralized boss fight between Gohma and her babies. So Gohma is a bit more of a complicated brick-built character, kind of built up normally in the middle with 4 arms, 2 of which are connected by mixel ball joints with a hinge in the middle. She also has that kind of abdomen down the back, as well as these 2 clicky ones at the top, also connected by mixel ball joints. But let's take a look at her in her drawn form, along with her reference in real life. You can see that she kind of has this weird bottom that kind of is her support, and she has these 4 arms. The LEGO version needs these 2 big arms as extra support, but I think, honestly, I'm really proud of this one. This one came out a lot better than I was expecting, and it just looks good to me. Maybe it's not the most accurate. Tell me what you guys think down below, but I think it came out well. We also have the weirdest representation of the Gohmalings ever. I took away their legs for stability and kind of turned them into little stubby arms, gave them the same eye pattern as Gohma, as well as a little monster horn on the top to represent that 3rd little tentacle. And mine looks a lot cuter. Not the most accurate, but once again, this series is using the not too many excessive mold rules, so there's a lot of creative part usage, which I think you guys will find more interesting to look at than just a highly specialized mold. We also have a deco scrub here, and this is another very creative one, I think so. It's got a printed cone piece as well as a leaf piece at the bottom here, and a stem piece at the top, and I'm using these splat pieces, which have become some of my favourite pieces to use in these Zelda customs, because they're really useful for different things, and I think they kind of create a leafy effect. Just as I mentioned with the Gohma, it's not the most accurate, and I think in the future I'd like to do a specialised mould for them, but that probably won't be for a couple of waves, as I have about 6 planned, welcoming your suggestions in the comments, by the way. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. This is not a friendly variety, so I don't know why I described it as such in the description. But anyway, moving on, we also have Child Link, which is a bit of a sketchy figure, but I think it came out alright. I reused the hair piece from the Skyward Sword Link because they would not make another one. I don't care how much you think they would, they wouldn't. Recoloured Bart Slingshot from the Simpsons set, as well as giving him midi legs, which actually can't have printing on the side, but I did because why not? Gave him some short sleeves and a bit of an angrier expression because I wanted to mix it up a bit. And here is the model in real life. Whoops. Okay, so over here we have Gohma, and I've left her ungrouped so I can show you just a bit of the articulation. So let me just grab the hinge here, and oh dear, that's the wrong one. Let's grab the hinge and just show you her leg articulation, as well as 360 ball joint, obviously limited, down there. You've got some backwards and forwards of both pincer joints due to the restrictions, as well as a movable abdomen, and that's obviously mirrored on both sides. We also have Deku Scrub and the Gohmalings, but I think those are fairly self-explanatory. Oops. So let's go zoom down here and show you that once again the platforms are raised up by 2 height to match the rest of the dungeon crawler. Got some steps. You can very clearly see that loose Technic beam, which will just fall whenever that is jumped on too much. A little bit of tree for decoration, and then the main kind of floor wall built up of green and grey plates, and you can see the activation here of when the red part and this Technic brick slide down through here. They push on the levers and apart, and if you want a more detailed look at one of those, I'd advise checking out any speed build or review of the Minecraft Ocean Monument set. Anyway, well, that's pretty much it, so let's head to my conclusion. And that's it. That's all I have to show you today for Z0010 Gohma's Lair. This was another dungeon expansion set, and I wish I could show you pictures of them together, but I'm still waiting on some high quality renders that I'm going to do. So that will be for another time. Anyway, let's tease the next one. Next week, we're going to be doing Z0006, and this one's got a lot of figures, and I think you're going to be very excited. I'm not going to tease any more than that, but as you can see, we're 2 sets down with 10 left to go. Lot left to come, and I'm just going to let you know that on the 20th of November, the release date of Age of Calamity, there is a special tie-in set that I'm doing that isn't part of these 12, and I'm just going to show you the black image there, but that's not for a couple of weeks yet. Anyway, guys, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss next week's, because you won't want to miss it, and let me know everything about what you guys thought about this week's in the comments down below. Did you like the figures, the build? Would you like to see them together? And what would you like me to make?